stand and join us in welcoming the students of the class of 2023.
Graduation, pomp and circumstance, Here, go.
One
Okay.
sec.
One. Wait, let's go.
1 sec.
1, 2, ready, and.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to welcome the parents, community, staff members, and most importantly, the STEM School Highlands Ranch senior class of 2023. You made it. Now, please give a warm welcome to Andrew Salazar, who's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Andrew, come on up.
please remove any head coverings and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay, now everybody please remain standing for the national anthem. Ethan and Kai, please come on up.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nice job, gentlemen. Good work. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Ms. Kovaleski up to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, faculty, friends, and families, I stand before you today with immense pride and joy as we gather to celebrate and honor the accomplishments of the class of 2023. Welcome to this momentous occasion, and thank you all for joining us. First and foremost, congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, determination, and perseverance. As we bear witness to this milestone, it is evident that your dedication and commitment have paid off. You have grown not only in knowledge and skills, but also in character and resilience. Over the past few years, it has been my honor and pleasure to get to know many of you personally. As you leave our school, you'll embark on new and exciting journeys, some pursuing higher education, others diving into the workforce, and yet others exploring uncharted pathways. I have no doubt that you will continue to make a positive impact on our world, and I eagerly anticipate hearing about your future successes. As you face the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, always remember the lessons you have learned, the friendships you have forged, and the memories you have made. Carry these experiences with you and use them as a foundation upon which you can build a life filled with greatness. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2023, and a special recognition to those of you who are part of our school's beginning. As you venture forth into the world, know that we are all incredibly proud of you and are confident that you will continue to make a difference in the lives around you. May you find joy, success, and fulfillment in all that you do. Thank you. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Karen Johnson.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to start by saying, please take a seat. Thank you, Ms. Kovaleski. I am honored to have a few moments to honor the students and families of this class of 2023. 8 years ago, we launched the first group of elementary students to attend STEM as fifth graders. This group of students, families, and staff took advantage of an opportunity, leaving an elementary school and taking a chance on what elementary STEM program might look like. This may be seen as a risk to some, but you showed the community what younger learners can do in the context of STEM education. Whether it was engineering snowshoes and the first snowshoe challenge, creating a unique Eastern Inspirations Museum exhibit, or designing the elementary playground to present to the board of directors, you continued to challenge and change what STEM education can look like for elementary students. If you are one of those 25 graduates that entered STEM as a fifth grader, a family member of these graduates, or a staff member of this group, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. You can be seated. Many of you have taken advantage of opportunities that STEM has provided. In fact, 3 graduates have optimized the concurrent enrollment options that we offer at STEM. Please rise if I've called your name. Gage Hopman has earned an Associate's of Applied Science in Cybersecurity. Congratulations. Andrew Salazar has earned a certificate in welding and an Associate's of Applied Science in Robotics and Automation through our P-Tech. And Grace Triplett has earned an Associate's of Science from ACC as well, with a concentration in biology. Congratulations to the 3 of you. Thank you for taking those risks, meeting opportunities head on, and being pioneers of STEM. My challenge to the entire class of 2023 is to continue with those opportunities that life will present to you in the future. Take advantage of what these opportunities can provide you and go and conquer the world. We're so proud of you. I'm going to welcome back Mr. Alsop.
Okay, as you can see, many of our students have earned academic awards. Today I'm going to go over what those awards mean. So for the STEM Character Award, the students are wearing the blue, gold, and white cords. For the department recognitions, the students are wearing green cords. For the Distinguished Student Athletes, they're wearing the maroon cords. For the Art Honor Society, they're wearing the rainbow cord. For the English Honor Society, they're wearing the blue and yellow cord. For the French Honor Society, we have the blue, white, and red cord. For the Math Honor Society, it's the red and gold interwoven cord. National Honor Society is wearing the gold cord. The Spanish Honor Society is wearing the red and gold cord. The Thespian Honor Society is wearing the pink cord. The student government is wearing navy and white. For our honors students, they are wearing a white sash. The students that received the seal of biliteracy, they have a pin. The student scholars, the STEM scholars, are wearing the medallions, and the valedictorian and salutatorian are wearing gold sashes with their titles on them. Okay, so at this time, I would like to welcome Ethan Friend to the stage for his salutatorian address.
Dear fellow STEM graduates, today marks a significant milestone in our lives, the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. As we reflect on these achievements, I want to take a moment to share with you some words of wisdom that I have learned from a very special person in my life, my father. One lesson that has been particularly important to me is the importance of struggle. Now, my father, more than anyone, knows what it's like to struggle. From a very young age, my dad was gifted with extraordinary intelligence and talent, excelling in school, and even developing a lifelong passion for art. However, despite possessing remarkable talents, my father experienced profound adversity as a consequence of regrettable decisions he made over the course of his life. However, my dad confronted the pivotal choice of either persisting in a pattern of poor judgment or assuming responsibility to forge a path that aligned with his aspirations. Now, this was no easy feat, but my dad simply realized that he cannot go on living a life full of misery and hardship. In a moment of clarity, my dad left his depressing job as a waiter and immediately began scouring job listings in the newspapers. From that moment forward, my dad would work harder than any of his peers, determined to never return to his life of intolerable hardship. Through hard work and dedication, my dad transformed his life, from working 2 to 3 miserable entry-level jobs to owning his own successful business as a 3D animator and motion graphic design artist. To this day, my dad still works incredibly hard to support our family and to better himself as a person. Dad, you have truly inspired me and those around you, and you are the best role model and father a son could ever ask for. Now, the lesson here is that nothing in life comes easy. If we want to succeed, we must step out of our comfort zones and learn how to struggle. Because from struggle comes perseverance, determination, grit, and so much more. It is how we handle ourselves in moments of struggle that defines who we are. We can either let our lives control us, or we can take control of our own lives, like my dad did many years ago. Now, I share with you this story not to undermine my own father, but to illustrate the importance of struggle. We will all face challenges and obstacles in our lives, both personal and professional. But if we can stay focused, work hard, and never give up, we can overcome anything that comes our way. Of course, this is just one lesson that I have learned over the years. Each and every one of us has our own unique experiences and insights, and I encourage you all to share them with others. That is what makes today so special. Not just the fact that we are graduating, but the fact that we are doing it together as a community of learners and achievers. In closing, I want to thank our teachers, counselors, mentors, and friends for their guidance and support. I also want to give a special thanks to our families and loved ones for their love and encouragement. I know I talked a lot about my dad today, but I would also like to bring attention to my mother and my brother. I would not be here without their continued love and support, and for being with me every step of the way. And finally, I want to congratulate my fellow graduates on this incredible accomplishment. We have worked hard and have earned this moment of celebration. Let us go forth from here with confidence, determination, and a commitment to take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and take care of this place. And I would like to leave you all with a special quote from another role model of mine, Jordan Peterson. Don't underestimate the power of vision and direction. These are irresistible forces able to transform what might appear to be unconquerable obstacles and traversable pathways and expanding opportunities. Strengthen the individual. Start with yourself. You must take care of yourself. You have to define who you are, refine your personality, and choose your destination and articulate your being, and you will be successful in life. Thank you very much.
All right, sorry, just had to get to the right page here. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our valedictorian, Brenda Malik. Brenda, come on up.
Parents, faculty, esteemed guests, and class of 2023. To quote the famed 2007 hit album, "Welcome to Graduation, good morning." On this kind of cold and simultaneously over and underwhelming Thursday, we come together to not just walk across the stage to receive a handshake and a piece of paper, but to commemorate the lifetime of memories buried within that piece of paper and handshake. My name is Brenda Malik, but you already knew that because they just announced that. And I am really honored to be the valedictorian for the STEM class of 2023. For those of you who don't know me, I drink a lot of coffee, which means I talk really fast. I spend most of my time at robotics, and I spent all this past winter break becoming an avid hockey fan in preparation for my future at the University of Denver. In hockey, there's a term called a breakaway, in which a player has a puck with no defending players, except for the goaltender. This is a one-on-one between the player and the opposing goal, where the biggest challenge is getting out of your own head. To me, a breakaway represents a part of life we're all at, where the rest of our lives, or the Stanley Cup championship, lies between us and the barriers we choose to put in front of our goals. Let me put this into perspective for you. Our first period began at all kinds of different places. Whether your journey started in the 6th grade or your freshman year, we all began with a sense of anticipation and excitement towards our future. For me, the sensation started in the 6th grade, when I walked into my English class. Miss Rooney's 6th grade ELA class was profound in teaching me all about the Odyssey and how no red ink was the bane of my existence. But I'll never forget when the spark lit for me. Just like the first time sliding on the ice during the Stanley Cup championship, When Miss Ritter introduced me to our slam poetry night, I knew that the school was it for me. Every moment since then, no matter how much time was spent trying to take apart and rebuild a PC for Mr. Ryan's class, or making a really, really poorly made board game and listening to the Mesopotamian song for the 5th time with Miss Hoffman, I would be brought back to that initial moment. I hope that for all of you guys, every once in a while, you remember that spark, and you feel all at once the passing of time. The buzzer sounds and first period ends, and while that sense of excitement has dwindled because of the amount of times you have to hear the APC kids talk about fields, or have been kicked out of Miss Ike's office so she can actually do her job, the connection we forged is still just as strong as the emotional attachment our school has to our orange and green walls. All of this was leading up to the resounding pressure and honestly entirely horrible junior year experience, or second period. This can be summed up by skipping AP Lit to read Slaughterhouse-5 in the back of Mr. Cooper's room for an entire school day, performing the Magic School Bus, the musical, with Mr. Schwartz, and watching Sophie Lamberson score 4 touchdowns during your powder puff. Second period can be defined by hearing Zoe and Misha screaming at the sidelines of every girls' soccer game, losing the 2 engineering labs that actually defined our entire high school experience, and honestly kind of missing that slight hum that used to happen in the middle school commons. Second period was a time for reinvention, where we learned a lot more about who we were and who we wanted to be. So whether you spent it in the girls' soccer goal screaming step and clear excessively loud, or in the best robotics room with Dakota Mann going over the presentation for the millionth time, I hope the memories are at the very least bittersweet. The break between second and third period, or summer before senior year, was exactly that. Bittersweet was the only truthful way to experience your last TSA National Conference, starting the dreadful task of writing your college essays, and looking into a glimpse of what your future could be. And when a buzzer sounds and third period commences, that sense of excitement, it's back in full throttle. Nothing will ever rival the feeling of applying to your first college to finishing up your last application. The sunrise at Senior Sunrise highlighted a beginning to an ending we all knew was coming, but the communion we celebrated was unmatched. There's certainly no feeling like listening to Bohemian Rhapsody at your last homecoming, combined with trying to make sure that Luke Laudeman doesn't ruin the theme again prior to that. And trust me, there's absolutely nothing that will ever top that one week we all played Club Penguin and pretended like nothing else in the world existed, and then spent the following week trying to recover from that. There's something about that feeling that brings you back to the first time you felt the STEM community embrace you. Whether that was finding the most random group of kids camping out at FRC past midnight trying to get Aiden Morrison out for Senior Assassin, FRC4418.org, or the League of Legends team you decided to join just for the joke, go BTS2. And suddenly, that feeling of the passing of time is as prominent as ever. And even after you and Casey spent an entire night talking about how the Avalanche lost to the Krakens, there is nothing that will ever be able to rival the community and culture that has surrounded us. Now, third period's about to be over, we're tied for the Stanley Cup championship, and this is your moment. The only thing standing between you and the incredible future in front of you is Mr. Alsup and not tripping while you're on stage. Try not to think about that, though. While the breakaway between you, Mr. Alsup, and tripping on stage might not seem that intense as that from the Stanley Cup, this moment is truly monumental. Embrace every second of your 10-second walk across the stage. I know by now you guys are begging for this to be over, but I'll leave you with one piece of advice from a barely turned 18-year-old, so take it with a couple grains of salt. There's nothing too important in your life that you can't take a moment to look around you. Keep your eyes open. Cherish every moment, because you never know what's going to be right in front of you down the road. Also wear sunscreen. While not necessarily applicable to hockey, everything else I've said has no real basis and is no more reliable than my own experiences. Whereas the long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proven by scientists and the girls' soccer team for years now. I'm serious. Now for the least relatable part of my speech, I would like to thank my family for their ineffable support. Thank you to my mom and dad for never failing to continually encourage all my endeavors, despite how weird and probably appalling it was that your daughter really wanted to join an esports team. Thank you to my brother for the years of braces I needed after you pushed me off a crib, and for supporting me despite me not going to Boulder. Go Buffs. I don't know where I would be without you guys, but I do know I wouldn't be on the stage today. To the amazing faculty and staff that have supported me on my journey, thank you for the regular difference you make in all the lives you touch. To the random guy at DCSD recording all of this, thank you, and I really hope that there's going to be a screenshot I can post on my Instagram later. And to Kelly Myrick for having one of the most profound influences a college and career counselor can have on a teenage girl. I know I speak on behalf of the entire class of 2023 when I say that none of us would be graduating today if it weren't for you. Especially given the fact that you literally planned graduation were the reason why 60% of the senior class managed to finish Naviance on time. Working with you has been an absolute pleasure this year. And to the lovely class of 2023, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, the memories we've made together will last a lifetime. Whether a connection was made in Miss Sackdall's 7th grade English class or because I got roped into joining FRC for a year, the impact you've made on my life is nothing short of inspiring. Thank you, class of 2023. These were the best 7 years a girl could ever ask for. It's been a pleasure growing up with you. Now, it's time for us to win that Stanley Cup championship. But really quick, everybody wanted to know what I would do if I wasn't valedictorian, and I guess we'll never know. In the wise words of Mac Miller, oh yeah, I just graduated high school.
Nice job, both of you. Those speeches were fantastic. Next, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Steve Sochtig. Sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but Steve currently serves as a global practice leader and managing director for Deloitte, one of the largest consultancies in the world. He focuses on helping Fortune 500 companies to grow by deepening relationships with their customers and their awareness with potential customers. After graduating from the University of Michigan with a degree in medieval studies, I was a history major, so I can really appreciate that. Combining art, history, theology, and literature, Steve dove into a career in technology, taking advantage of the emerging digital revolution to launch, run, and ultimately sell 3 startups. Steve returned to school to earn a Master's of Science in Digital Design and Technology from DePaul University in Chicago. More recently, he also served as an expert partner at McKinsey & Company as the global CEO of Ogilvy Experience. Steve recently published a book outlining many of the lessons and techniques to drive brand growth and engagement that he's developed over the last 30 years. It has reached the rank of #1 in business book on Amazon and continues to trend in the business book segment. We are so honored to welcome Steve. Steve, please come on up.
Thank you. Yeah. There's always a height challenge. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Alsop, for the opportunity to speak with all of you today. I have to say, I think first I would say thank you, Brenda and Ethan, for probably setting the stage for the most difficult talk I've ever had to deliver. Those were 2 of the most magnificent speeches I have ever heard, and very, very well done. Then on top of that, I also have to compliment our 2 singers, and forgive me, I didn't capture your names, but my goodness, that is incredible talent. So very, very well done. But most of all, I want to congratulate all of you, class of 2023 here at STEM High School. What an incredible, incredible achievement. I can see it in your energy. I can see it in your excitement. I can see it in your support for one another, how proud you all are, and you've earned it. And I know I'm speaking on behalf of the faculty, the staff, your parents, your friends, everyone that's here and those that could not be here, and letting you know how proud we are of all of you. This is an achievement that nobody will ever take away from you, and you will carry with you for the rest of your lives. So very, very well done. I was reflecting on the fact that I have the opportunity to be up here and the honor that that bestows upon me. And the funny truth is, if this was me sitting in your chair when I was in your high school graduation, the only accolade that was awarded to me at that time, and I don't even know if this is a thing anymore, but back then you were voted different categories in your yearbook. And somehow the one that was granted to me was most likely to join the CIA. That's the only thing that was given to me throughout high school. So for 35 years, I've tried to figure out what that means, and I'm standing up here to tell you I still have no idea. So I decided to look to others and to try to develop an understanding of how they define success. What does that mean? One of the most interesting quotes come from, the only guy that can say he was Mr. Universe, the Terminator, and the governor of California all within a 10-year period, and that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he said, the only way to climb the ladder of success is to keep your hands out of your pockets. He said, It's not luck, it's hard work that makes you successful in life. And believe me, I'm not one to argue with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I will tell you, it's a little bit of both. It's hard work and it's luck. The good news is, I'm equally here to tell you that you are all very lucky, because now you get to carry forward with you the title of a graduate of STEM High School Class of 2023. So, and I know I'm echoing earlier comments that were so brilliant and so articulate, but regardless of where you're heading next, whether that's on to college, into the workforce, into the military, a gap year, so that you can figure out what you want to do next, you truly are lucky you've made it to this point. As I said, you're already a success, but you're lucky because you've got so much opportunity ahead of you. Understand that there is no wrong answer at this point. There are only experiences. There's decisions that will be put in front of you. There's going to be pathways. There's going to be opportunities. There's no right answer, and there's no wrong answer. So take advantage of what you have in front of yourself and enjoy every moment of you. Relish every experience. Relish every opportunity. And you know, I've got to be honest, I've been lucky too. When I reflect on my path, from the point where I was sitting in the chair you were in now, terrifies me to say that was 35 years ago, but it was. How did I go from the guy being voted most likely to join the CIA to an individual that's had an opportunity to travel to 6 of the 7 continents, to over 50 countries? How did I end up with the opportunity to marry the love of my life and have 2 wonderful children who I'm blessed to have in the audience today? How was I given a chance to serve as the CEO of one of the largest advertising agencies in the world? It is a tough name to pronounce, but of Ogilvy. And I've had an opportunity to publish a book, one of my lifelong goals. And I really tried to figure out how I became so lucky. So I reflected on it, and I thought about the advice that I was given as I was preparing to graduate high school. The first piece of advice that I was given actually came from my grandfather, so very similar to Ethan's inspirational words that were given to him from his father. What my grandfather told me was go out and explore. And he didn't mean just go out and wander. Don't get me wrong, you know, Highlands Ranch and Parker, these are fascinating places. I definitely encourage you to get out a little bit further. But we're really talking physically and mentally. Go try different things. Go do things that are outside of your comfort zone. Push yourself to explore. As Mr. Alsop mentioned, I was a medieval studies graduate in undergrad. I loved history, I loved theology, I loved art, I loved architecture, I loved everything about it. And now I run a digital agency. So you can see that I went on a very diverse path, and you're going to have those opportunities too. But I took advantage of the opportunity I had to explore all of the different things that fascinated me that ultimately landed at this point. You're going to have that opportunity too. And I can promise you, even though you may believe you know exactly what your pathway will be in life, what you don't know today is what you don't know. So the way to discover it is to experience it. So push yourself, take yourself out of that comfort zone, and continue discovering. I promise you won't be disappointed. Secondly, I want to remind each one of you that in life, there are no winners. I know that's an odd thing to say to a group of highly achieving individuals such as yourself, as driven as I'm certain you all are today. And believe me, yes, you may win a game. I was an athlete. You may win a contest. You may achieve a goal. And those are all successes. I'm not trying to take any of that away from you. Those are things that should be celebrated and enjoyed. However, what I can promise to you is as soon as you've won, you're going to set a new goal. And you're going to be pursuing that next goal. You're going to find that you're constantly driving to whatever it is that is next. And that's one of the key points that you're going to reach in your life, that discovery, that really what you are doing is you are traveling down a path. You're not reaching an end state. And if you start to enjoy that path, celebrate those successes, but recognize that everything is a means until the next end, you're going to draw so much more from your endless journey. So remind yourself, no one is beating you. No one is better than you. No one has achieved more than you achieved. What they've done is something different than you. And what you need to do is reflect and ask yourself, am I happy with what I have achieved to this point? And if the answer to that is no, go find that next thing and continue to pursue that. That was advice that was given to me by my basketball coach, believe it or not, and we won a lot of games. In fact, he was the coach that brought us to the state championship in Michigan 2 years of the 4 that I was in high school. So that said, be sure to set those goals for yourself. There's an old saying that says, if you don't care where you're going, you're never lost. But it's also an aimless existence without excitement and personal joy. So set goals, no matter how small, and plan to achieve them. It can be something simple, learning to cook, traveling to another state, even just, hey, I want to go see that concert at Red Rocks. There's that band that I wanted to see. Or they can be bigger. I set a goal when I was 23 that I wanted to write a book. It took me 30 years. I published it at 53. But have a plan and hold on to it so that you can celebrate those successes. That was the other piece of advice that came to me from my basketball coach, Mr. Whitfield. Third, and I'm already sensing from this group, this is not a problem, the way that you're supporting each other throughout this ceremony, but stay in touch with people. Some of you I know are introverts, and some of you I know are extroverts. I happen to be an extrovert. I draw my energy from other people. But regardless of your personality, it's your family and your friends that are going to help you through life. It's not your house, it's not your car, it's none of the material items, it's people. So surround yourself with those people and capture those memories. Those memories are precious, and sharing them with each other is what's truly going to bring joy. You'll be talking about today for years. You'll be talking about it when some of you are up on a stage 35 years from now and you're reflecting back on your high school graduation. So connect with the people you know that bring you comfort and don't lose touch. And by the way, that doesn't mean sending them a ping on social media. I promise you there's going to become a day in your life when you will discover it's not the length of your snap streaks and it's not the number of followers you have on Instagram that's the measurement of your relationship. It's the time that you spend with others. That's advice that came from my closest high school friend. And the last piece of advice, and again, I compliment Brenda and Ethan for already embracing this. Thank your supporters. Hopefully you realize you didn't get here alone. I don't think there's any question from what I've seen so far. You have people supporting you. You wouldn't be here without your support network. Look back at these bleachers and all these people that came out specifically to see you. Look at your teachers. Look at your faculty. I promise you, they are dedicated in their investment to your success. And they're thrilled to see you up here today, and they're equally excited for everything that you're going to be doing. I had a teacher, Mrs. Barbara Angot. Mrs. Angot was my classical literature teacher. She did more than just take an incredibly boring topic in medieval and Renaissance literature and make it interesting. She pushed me to change how I thought, how I analyzed, how I communicated, both verbally and in writing. And she refused to accept anything as good enough. She invested in me during a time that I needed investment, and I never forgot her. Wish I could say that I ran up to her at the end of my graduation to make sure that she appreciated how much she meant to me. I didn't do it. It took me 20 years. I actually found her and went back to my hometown of Birmingham, Michigan, tracked her down, and personally thanked her 20 years later and gave her a hug on her front door. I never forgot her. She passed away 2 years later, and I was so appreciative to have that opportunity. So please, take advantage of it today and take advantage of it going forward. That's a piece of advice that comes from me. So that's it. Hopefully this is a little helpful. Go find that luck and with that, you will find your success. This is an exciting day, and you need to celebrate it. You need to cherish it. So with that, I'm going to leave you with a quote from one of the great philosophers of all time, Dr. Seuss. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet on your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who will decide where to go. Now please, go out and celebrate class of 2023.
Okay, so yesterday when I was talking to our seniors, I talked a lot about new traditions, and obviously one of the new traditions is we actually get to, as Dr. Johnson had done earlier, we get to greet or congratulate our students that started here in elementary school, which was pretty cool. But also another new tradition, this year, one of our keynote speakers is a staff member. As part of this new tradition, our students voted for one faculty member to give the keynote speech. It is my honor and privilege to welcome Mr. Kent Schnacky.
Thank you, guys. Good morning. Thank you for joining me here today to congratulate the STEM class of 2023. My name is Kent Schnacky. I teach high school life sciences, and I'm humbled and honored to be here today to speak to you guys. Class of 2023, you are the first class of students that I have watched grow and mature from freshmen 4 years ago. Some of you were even in the first classroom that I stepped foot into as a teacher. You're about to leave your high school careers behind and move forward into the world, and I'll forever remember that first year. Thank you. Each of you will have an important and meaningful impact on the world. I've seen your dedication, hard work, perseverance, setbacks, and best of all, your breakthroughs in your time at STEM. You faced the COVID pandemic through the early years of your high school career, and you saw the world change in so many ways in such a short time. These challenges were not easy, they were not fun, and they certainly were not fair for you to have to face at a young age. You pivoted to remote learning at a moment's notice as a freshman. You've had to witness and discuss world events that shouldn't be tarnishing your childhood. All that being said, you took those challenges in stride and you succeeded. You're here today. As you move into adulthood, these challenges will help you travel the inevitably bumpy road ahead. I was asked to share with you all some advice to take with you as you leave here today and begin the rest of your lives. In biology, there's an oxymoron that the one constant is change. I believe this holds true in our lives as much as in studying biology. Your life path will most likely not follow the route that you have planned, and that is okay. 100%. I never would have guessed that I would be a high school teacher standing here before you when I was sitting where you were. I've had some cool jobs along the way, but they didn't bring me the joy and happiness that I get walking into the classroom every morning and seeing your faces. Pay attention to the parts of jobs, internships, volunteer positions, and parts of your life that bring you happiness, and you'll find your calling. In fact, I think knowing that life will be unexpected will help you navigate the detours when they do appear. The setbacks, while maybe not enjoyable in the moment, are there to help guide you in choosing your path. One of the best decisions I made in college was to do laboratory research, because it taught me that, in fact, I did not want to do laboratory research. Life's detours can be challenging, but know you are strong and capable of facing them and finding your way forward. With that in mind, enjoy the adventure along the way. Your upcoming years will be full of hard work, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have fun and enjoy yourselves. I still encourage you to set goals, work towards something new and challenging, and I applaud the lofty and world-changing plans that you all are looking forward to starting or continuing after today. Take a moment each day to be thankful for what you have and where you are. You're lucky. Never sell yourself short. Never doubt yourself. You are very capable of truly changing the world if you choose to do so. Class of 2023, you have demonstrated the grit and tenacity to face change and come through it. Please remember you are not alone in your journeys either. You have each other, you have the community of family and friends sitting behind you, and I speak for your teachers, parents, and friends in saying that we will be here for you when the inevitable challenge comes your way. Graduates, if you take one thing away from my speech today, let it be that each of you will have a meaningful impact on the world. Every one of you is valuable and important. So I challenge you as you leave here today to take care of one another, make the choice to change the world, be prepared for the unexpected, and know that it is okay and normal to not follow a straight path in life. Congrats again, class of 2023.
All right, it's almost time for me to start doing some things here, but I'm going to go ahead. Before I do, I want to just welcome a couple people that are up on stage with us from Douglas County School District. So up on stage we have Gordon Mosier, Dan McMenemy, Kaylee Weingar, are all here representing the district. Thank you very much for doing that. And with that in mind, now I would like to please, Gordon Mosier, Dan McMenemy, and Kaylee Wingard, and Dr. Johnson, Ms. Kovaleski, and I hereby affirm that each candidate has met the requirements for graduation. Sorry, I'm slow at turning pages, apparently. As determined by the STEM School Highlands Ranch, the Douglas County School District, and the state of Colorado, and they are qualified to receive their diplomas. I hereby certify that the certification of the 2023 graduating class of STEM School Highlands Ranch. Congratulations, students. We will now prepare for each one of you to receive your diplomas. Your graduate has asked that we treat this exercise with the utmost respect. Every graduate deserves to hear his or her name announced. Please refrain from using any noisemakers or any other distractors that are not conducive to maintaining the dignity of this event. We ask that you hold your applause and congratulatory cheers until all names have been called so that the next name can be clearly heard. Your assistance will help provide the best graduation for each student. And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Schnocky and Miss White, who are going to read the names.
Graduates, when your name is called, please come forth to pick up your diploma.
Connor Abel, University of Northern Colorado.
Josiah Abar, continuing the P-Tech program.
George Amaya, University of Arizona.
Lorelei Angel, Northern Arizona University.
Beckham Argosino, Purdue University.
Stephen Bartini, University of Colorado Boulder.
Mia Bash, Fashion Institute of Technology.
Sienna Bendel, University of Colorado Boulder.
Autumn Bernstein.
Caleb Berry, Colorado Mesa University.
Aiden Betancourt, continuing the P-TECH program.
Joseph Brevort, Fort Lewis College.
Ashley Britton, University of New England.
Emmy Burr, continuing the P-TECH program.
Connor Calmy, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Ty Calamino, University of Colorado Boulder. Good job, Ty.
Alexandra Chowdhury, University of Denver.
Alexander Craig, Colorado State University. Let's go Rams.
Aiden Chapo, University of Colorado, Denver.
Lucas Davidson, University of Colorado Boulder.
Benjamin Davison, continuing the P-TECH program.
Sebastian DeLance.
Misha Devretsky, University of Colorado Boulder.
Zoe Devretsky, University of Colorado Boulder.
Drake Egloff, continuing the P-TECH program.
Hey, Drake. Jonathan Elder, University of Colorado Boulder.
Adam Farron, Colorado School of Mines.
Lauren Fletcher, Colorado Mesa University. I'll go. Ethan Frick, University of Colorado Boulder.
Ethan Friend, Baylor University.
Devlin Goss, continuing the P-TECH program.
Stephen Gause, Colorado Mesa University.
Hannah Graber, Fort Lewis College.
Lasia Gador, Washington University.
Tolan Gustafson, Colorado State University.
Kyle Ha, Colorado School of Mines.
Casey Havend, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Gage Hoptman, University of Colorado Boulder.
Ethan Heckmeyer.
Demetrius Hedrick, University of Colorado, Denver.
Good job, Deem. Lynn Ho. Nathan Hughes, Arapahoe Community College.
Blake Hune, University of Colorado, Boulder.
Artin Kazazi, University of Colorado, Denver.
Kai Kingman, Trinity College, Dublin.
Good job, Kai. Daniel Klein.
Anthony Cruise, University of Colorado, Denver.
Vanessa Lambers, Arapahoe Community College. Good job, Vanessa.
Aiden Landros, continuing the P-TECH program.
Stuart Lang.
Luke Laudeman, Texas A&M University.
Matthew Lee, University of California, Irvine.
Maxwell Lewis.
Jaden Litweiler, University of Pennsylvania. Good job, Jaden.
David Liu, Colorado School of Mines.
Brenda Malik, University of Denver.
Max Mao, Virginia Tech.
Daniel Martinez, University of Miami.
Thank you, Mr. Flunky.
Weston Maymere, Arapahoe Community College.
Jacob McAllister, Arapahoe Community College. These are you now.
Andrew McDonald, continuing the P-TECH program. Owen McWhirter, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Rachel Michaels, gap year.
Anthony Moore, Colorado Christian University.
Henry Morgan, Marquette University.
Aiden Morrison, Colorado School of Mines. Good job, Aiden.
Franklin Nason, continuing the P-TECH program.
Daniel Nikolaev, Purdue University.
Tyler Nugent.
Tyler. Silas Pacheco, Colorado State University.
Gabriel Palladino, continuing the P-TECH program.
Jameson Palatian, Lincoln College of Technology.
Owen Parrish.
Xavier Pena, University of Colorado Boulder.
Bryce Pereira.
Aiden Pipeoff, Arapahoe Community College.
Evan Piltingsred.
Natalie Prosperi.
Vina Reagankar, Michigan State University.
Sullivan Ransom, continuing the P-Tech program.
Gitanjali Rao, Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Maya Rodenbaugh, University of Colorado Boulder.
Aiden Rowlett, University of Colorado Boulder.
Andrew Salazar, employment at Nova Automation.
Nikita Sazanov.
Kellen Schiffer, Regis University.
Jackson Stafford.
Luke Sturkwell.
Dayton Sikoski, University of British Columbia.
Minogia Thapa, University of Colorado Boulder.
Micah Thomas, Colorado School of Mines. Grace Triplett, Nova Southeastern University.
Ryan Truex. Good job, Ryan.
Joshua Vargish.
Aspasia Vasquez, University of Colorado Boulder.
Gianna Vasquez, University of Colorado Boulder.
Trevor Venable, Colorado State University.
Anastasia Veselova, Ringling College of Art and Design.
Deidre Von Frame, University of Colorado Boulder.
Aragorn Wang, Colorado School of Mines.
David Wyden, Dartmouth College.
Emilia Wenzel, University of Colorado Boulder.
Lillian West, University of Missouri.
Bree
Bree Westbarn, Fort Lewis College.
Winston Whitehead, University of Colorado Boulder.
Elias Wilkinson, continuing the P-Tech program.
Beckham Williams, Fort Lewis College.
Jordan Wilner, University of Denver.
Hannah Winans, Northeastern University.
Chase Wolter, Fort Lewis College.
Luna Wolter, University of Colorado, Denver.
All right, congratulations, everybody. You're welcome. Absolutely. And now it's my esteemed honor to introduce our student body president, Jaden Litweiler. Jaden, come on up.
Hello? Okay. I was told that this echoes, so we're going to see how this works. Good morning, teachers, families, and graduates. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jaden Litweiler, and I proudly served as this year's student body president. As someone who has somewhat been preparing for this day by saying the announcements and speaking at pep rallies, I can confidently say that that did nothing, and I am still very, very nervous to be up here speaking to you all. I often laugh about the notable STEM culture that we have here. Some of its more laughable details include not being able to hear the announcements on the loudspeaker, hosting our assemblies in the parking lot, and while most schools rent out the Broncos Stadium, ours are in the cafeteria. I will, however, say that we have a significantly better time at our dances than any school ever will, so. It's clear that going to STEM isn't the typical high school experience, but I think there's a lot more to gain here than most of us realize. If you take a look around the field, you'll see the faces of lifelong friends, someone you may have met just this year, and others you met at the beginning of this crazy journey almost 7 years ago. Somehow, our first day at school doesn't feel that far away. I, for one, remember when computer science was a required class. Our gym was a closet, of which we made very good use of for our Gaga Ball tournaments, and when our lunchroom was called the Gray Matter Cafe. To reminisce on a few iconic STEM memories, of which I'm not sure if I'm going to miss or be very confused as to why they even happened. I'll miss Foursquare and football during lunch, being pushed into talent show auditions with 3 girls I didn't know, and then later winning the talent show senior year. Let's go, Ferocious 4! I'll miss the old STEM cheerleaders that we maybe saw once these past 4 years. The 8th grade Kansas City trip when they brought us to Target. The day we got banned from Freddy's. Our school flooding because of a rainstorm twice. And the day we got off because of it. The day we got our outside eating privileges taken away in 8th grade. That was a very sad day. Closing out every dance with Bohemian Rhapsody. And walking up the hill after school. We built up years of inside jokes, friendships, memories, and most importantly, the betterment of ourselves through learning. Not a single one of us is the same person they were at their first day at STEM. The last 4 years have brought us to today. As freshmen, many of us talked about what colleges we thought we'd end up at, what friends we'd keep up with, or even what we'd look like 4 years later. Now, a lot of us walk down hallways that feel unfamiliar. There's a fresh new gym, a brand new middle school, new friends, new teachers. A lot has changed. And as weird as that seems, I think Coretta Scott King said it best. There comes a time when time itself is ready for change. We have grown up together. All of us have made our mark in this community, whether that's through teachers, peers, extracurriculars, or simply by being a part of the best graduating class, the class of 2023. While today is a huge milestone, a celebration of our persistence, academics, and completion of high school, this is also a celebration of 4 years of experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. As Charles Dickens said, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. We learned how to solve our fair share of math problems, how to calculate sig figs, and mastered the art of STEM paragraphs. But I hope we've also learned to accept and embrace our failures. Yes, I'm talking about that 30% on the physics test brought to you by Mr. Rubin, the math quiz that you bombed, or any college rejection you received, which by the way is their loss. All our experiences, the successes and the failures, are what mold our individuality and ultimately shape us as people. Though our school is academically competitive, I want to recognize any and all successes in your life, academic or not. Be proud of what you accomplish, even if it's simply deciding not to pull an all-nighter to prioritize your sleep. A world of firsts is what we're heading into. I can name one of them starting last semester, our first college acceptances. Our first college acceptances, and then today will bring our first day as graduates. The fall will bring our first day of college, and so forth. With every first comes a cause for celebration. The first college test that you don't ace, that's going to be something to laugh about in the future. Know that the grade on your transcript does not reflect the person that you are. These past 4 years have been difficult, I'm not going to deny it. Unfortunately, people don't just break out into song like they do in High School Musical, except we're at STEM, and that does happen sometimes. Nevertheless, there are many people who have helped us get here today. I want to thank all of our teachers, even the ones who are no longer here. We appreciate those extensions for tests we weren't prepared to take, even if that was solely because of our own bad time management. I know it's been a headache, but our GPAs thank you. I want to thank all of our families for telling us it's possible to reach for the stars. Thank you to my own family, Mommy, Daddy, and Chandler. I also want to thank all of you, because we really wouldn't be here without each other's support. And finally, to Monster Energy Drinks and Panera for the millions of charged lemonades that kept us awake during class. Let these memories remind us of how much we've grown together. These past 4 years, we've gone through more than most, and I applaud every one of us for making it to this point. Before you leave today, I encourage everyone to make an attempt to stay in touch, whether that's with staff or friends. Everyone here is exceptionally proud of who we have become and can't wait to see what our next chapter brings. With this speech, we've reached the end of an era. Now, tomorrow is going to mark the moment of which we venture into the unknown. Where it'll take us, we don't know, but regardless, we will continue to grow as friends, students, and as people. Make the most of what comes and treasure those close to you. After all, if we made it to graduation, we can make it through anything. Class, please move your tassels from the right to the left of your cap. This marks our transition from student to graduate. 1 second. Class of 2023, we did it. I know that wasn't supposed to happen, but.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I present you the STEM School Highlands Ranch class of 2023. Nice job.
1, 2, ready, and.